What are we going to cover? I'm going to be talking mainly about visual merchandising. Anyone like to give me a description or definition of what visual merchandising is?
Product layout.
Product layout. Yeah, could be one angle on it. You can speak, it's allowed.
Display units.
Display units, yeah.
Letting customers see what your products are.
Helping customers see what your products are. Yeah, it's all about stimulating interest and enticing purchase through things like how you present your stuff. Yeah. So, it typically spans 4 major areas: the range of products that you have, or sometimes called the assortment, the range of stuff you have, the product design and packaging. Different, it might be the same cable, but it might actually have different features about it. One might be in a plastic bag, the other might be retail packed. That's going to influence merchandising and how attractive it looks to a customer to buy. Pricing is a key part of merchandising as well, people being able to see pricing, understand pricing from the displays that you've got, and display itself, the whole stuff around display units, how you put. How might you merchandise, how might you promote the fact that you are price conscious? Is it possible to think of that as a product and sell it? Any ideas? Oh.
Just put up the a national pricing scheme.
Yeah. Posters are an incredibly good way of advertising intangibles, especially things like services. I go into a lot of shops and I see a lot of products on a lot of shelves. What I don't see very much of typically is an awful lot of detail that tells me that these shops are actually selling services. I very rarely see posters that cover services. And you can market and sell intangibles, not just products, but things about your business through things like posters. And here's examples of artwork that you can download. You've got no copyright on them, free to use if you've taken part. I couldn't stop you from downloading them if you hadn't. It would be a bit disingenuous to use them if that was the case. However, you can merchandise intangibles. Posters are a much underused means of selling things, and that eternal question, John, what am I going to put on my walls? To which the answer is products, in the mind that I'm talking to. It's no. Stick up a clip frame and start putting posters up. Yeah? You fill up loads of space. But enough on that. Let's talk about range or assortment. A few things I'm going to talk about to do with range. Firstly, that retailing is actually easy money and easier than you might think. What you stock is actually your identity. It defines who you are. I'm going to talk a little bit more about selling stuff you don't have and why that's important. So, once upon a time, in the good old days, back in the 80s and 90s, selling computers was relatively easy. Yeah, the big chains hadn't really arisen, and it was pretty easy to sell computers at a very good margin. Then something happened, and the big brands started to get into price wars, and the game turned into one of let's try and all make as little margin as possible. It became a volume game, and it changed the dynamics completely and has made life exceptionally tough for you. But being the resourceful kinds of people that you are, you've evolved, or gone out of business, because you're here, you're the kinds of people who have evolved, and we've all seen this huge growth in repairs. It's a massive side to many people's business. People often quote that it's as much as 80, possibly 90% of their business comes from repairs. So there's a huge dependency on it. And yeah, people like it, because repairs, high margin, it's easy money. Well, is it? Is it really easy money? Because with repairs, the number that you can do depends on the number of people who can do them for you. And people, you love them or you hate them, but people come with hassle. Yeah? People have good days, people have bad days. People need telling what to do, people need telling what not to do. Yeah? People have problems, people get time off, and all of that good stuff. People are people. Whereas retail, it's independent. You could sell a huge range of volume of stock and it just be you. There aren't any people issues. And Okay, I'm not going to say it's hassle-free because you've got to think about your stock, you've got to put it on your shelves, you've got to look after it, keep it clean and all the rest of it. So it's not without hassle, but it's certainly a lot less hassle than people. Now, okay, one may give a lower absolute margin than the other, but nevertheless, the reality is that repairs are more difficult. They're the difficult money, to be honest. Why go after it when you can catch the easy? Yeah? Repairs exist. Retail is a key part of what you do. What does Ron Seal do?
What it says on the tin.
Does what it says on the tin. Now, why does that matter? Okay, well, let's not let anybody assume anything about who you are. Right? Now, there is a bit of a problem here because just like a backstreet garage just fixes cars, yeah? If your business, for the sake of argument, is a PC repair centre, or a PC medic, or a PC doctor, you've chosen your names, they are what they are. What are people going to expect you to do?
That's what we do when you're
Fix computers. Yeah, just fix computers. So even your business name can start to deflect people away. They start making assumptions about what you do. They might look in at Yellow Pages and see PC Repair Centre, and I don't want to go there. When I look further down, I can see something that says more to me that it might be a retail store. So the whole issue of range is more than just about filling a shop up with product. Yeah? That's not the game. It's about creating footfall. And the issue with that, and let me ask you a question, is it easier to sell something that's worth £5 to somebody you've never met before, or something that's worth 500? The £5, exactly. So the retail side creates the opportunity to sell the other stuff. Yeah, it creates the opportunity. Customers, I know you, I came and bought that mouse, I came and bought that presentation clicker. It was good, it worked, I like you, I come back. Follows, doesn't it? Yeah? And the converse is also true. What you stock is your identity. Now, just speaking generally, if you don't stock very much, if your windows are seen to be limited in the range of what's in there, what's the expectation from people about visiting you? If they've got a need for something, they don't know whether you might do or not.
very low expectation.
Very
low expectation.
They have a very low expectation. Their expectation is, well, all I ever see in his windows is computers. I'm looking for presentation clicker. Probably won't have it. So what do? They don't have it in. Whereas, yeah, if you're seen to believe to have a wide range, things are very different. Yeah, the expectation is, yeah, they probably will have it, or could get it for me. Yeah, and they do come in. And that's the hardest part about being in business, certainly in my experience, getting people to cross your threshold. That first moment, thank God, somebody new spoke to me. I got an inquiry. The phone rang from somebody I'd never spoken to before. I have a chance of getting some new business. It's the hardest part there is. Yeah? So you need to create as many opportunities as you can to make that happen. The issue is, for what will you be known? What will be your reputation? What is the expectation in people's minds that you're trying to drive? It could be all sorts of things. We're talking, the concept here is have a theme. Think about what it is you're going to stock and which way you're going to go, and stock accordingly. So, it could be all sorts of things. This is just some stuff that comes off the top of my mind. Inks and paper. Maybe you stock loads of it. Yeah, can always go there. They've always got a fantastic range of inks, loads of good paper. Photo quality, really cheap stuff, all the stuff in the middle. Could be all the keyboards, mice, peripherals, and gaming stuff. Yeah? Could be, actually, it's nothing to do with products. When I go down there, there's always a host of advice. On the wall, there's a little display with half a dozen guides on how to do things. I've got this problem, I'll go down there. If it's not in one of those guides, they'll know. Yeah? So it could be about help and advice. Or everyday IT essentials. Yeah? The kind of pound line stuff. Stationery, that sort of thing. Because people pop in because they expect you to have stuff. Now this is all just as valuable a part of merchandising as the actual display of the items. Yeah? That matters as well. This is merchandising above that, if you will. This is merchandising saying, I'm the place to go. So don't let customers forget you. Don't let them assume that you don't retail. If you do, you have to. If you've got a shop, you should use it. You're paying good money for it. Use it. So use it for what it is. You need to be the place to go for whatever it is you want to be known for.